Have you ever done an advent calendar with your kids or your family? I've never really done one before, so I figured I wanted to make my own. So I did this one in the shape of a Christmas tree, and up here I put my family's name and the date on it. And then once you reveal a tree, there's some kind of Christmas activity or holiday activity that you can do underneath each one. But so I made this using the Thunderbolt laser, so let's jump in and see how I did it. So I have this file posted on Creative Fabrica, so let's go to creativefabrica.com. So I did actually put in the wrong title for this file, and then when I went to try to change it, I couldn't figure out how to change it. So I did send Creative Fabrica an email, but for now it's the wrong title. So it's titled Acts of Kindness Advent Calendar. And it should pop up. If not, you could just type in chip builds in there. And it's not an acts of kindness calendar. It's actually just like an activity calendar, like a family activity. Like some of the things are like baking cookies and wrapping presents and stuff like that. So you come over here and you can buy it. It's $5. And then, so let's hit download. And then we can put it into Lightroom. All right, so for this Christmas tree advent calendar, it's not an acts of kindness calendar, it's just a family activity calendar. So one of the fonts that I used is a scoring line font. So for all the fonts in here, we have the speed of 400 with the power of 18 with just one pass. And then our cut line, this is what works for me on 1/8 inch MDF. Definitely do your own testing though. I have the speed of 10 with the power of 60. Now, depending on how dark the MDF is, I've had to go either between 60 to 75%. Again, just that one pass. Select it all and then make sure your job origin is in the place that you want it to be. I have it in the top left corner. And then we can, with that selected, I have cut selected graphics checked. And then we can send it to the laser. All right, so we have our design loaded up here, and then I'm gonna hit the framing option so that we can make sure our file is gonna fit on our wood. And then we'll hit autofocus, and then you can click OK. And then last but not least, we need to set the origin. And then we're good to go. Because of the way we set it up in Lightburn, it should do all the scoring operation first, and then it should cut everything out. And because we use a single line font, we're able to score it and it should go really quick. Now, because I had smaller material, I did have to shrink down the design a little bit. So that's why the words might look a little bit unnecessarily small, but I do have it maxed out for the 12 by 20 build plate. So one of the things that I really like about the Thunder Laser Bolt is the engraving capability. It is so crisp. I love it. You will not go wrong if you choose the Thunderbolt as the laser going forward. And I just love the engraving speed. I'm coming from using the Glowforge where it's just a lot slower. So honestly, having a machine like this has been a game changer. So I've mostly been cutting MDF on the laser bolt, and it's actually been really good. And it's basically cutting through all of it like butter without leaving too much of a char. Obviously, I didn't really care for this piece because I am going to sand and paint it. So for the paint for this one, I went a little bit different, and I went to Lowe's, and you can actually get a custom dyed stain there. And so I got this like really cool green, and then I just put a couple coats on it. And then for the star, I just used the Rust-Oleum yellow for this one. So the nice thing about spray painting MDF is, for the most part, if it's engraved, the MDF likes to soak up paint. So if you do a couple like coats, the paint will get absorbed into the MDF, but you can still read the engraving. So that's something you just kind of have to play with and kind of figure it out. So I think I did 2 coats and I could still see the engraving through it, and so it worked fine for me. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is glue on the little star to the top of this advent calendar. I'm using Star-Bond adhesive, which is my favorite super glue to use. Now I don't really want it to like seep out, so I'm using this little kind of spatula here to spread the glue around. Hopefully this will help. But remember, you don't have like a ton of working time either. And so I'm gonna actually do is I'm gonna put some little clamps on here. So to glue the 2 pieces together, I just put little dabs of glue on the parts that weren't cut out. That way none of the glue would seep in. It was easier to do it on this piece rather than the backer piece and having to guess where to put those spots of glue. So then I just pressed the 2 pieces of wood together, and then we put some little fabric clamps on it to kind of hold everything together. One of my favorite things to use when I do laser projects are these little fabric clamps. They're amazing. And then I decided to just use some brown craft paint for the stem of the tree, and it came out looking freaking awesome. This thing turned out way better than I could have hoped for, and it's honestly just a cool little advent calendar in the shape of a Christmas tree. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know down below if you guys have any questions or comments about anything or what you would do differently, or just give me your honest feedback. As always, everything will be listed down below in the description for what you need to do this project, as well as the SVG files if you want to make this for yourself. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya!